What's going on, guys? Wrath here. I decided to throw up some more tank gameplay, and of course I cut out some of the more mundane parts to try to streamline the video a little bit. This is not the full game. Doing a conventional commentary with a full game just doesn't work, as I get a guided shell in on that helicopter there. Of course, the way the guided shell works, for those of you that don't know, is you have to have someone in the third seat. That means they have to have 100,000 points in battle tanks, and they can get that third seat, and then they can lock on to enemy targets, ground and air, much like the SOFLAM. Purpose of this video today is just to kind of go over some basic tank things when dealing with infantry, when dealing with other enemy vehicles. Although I don't think there's a single tank-on-tank kill in this video. Here I'm just doing my best to deal with this tank in front of me, and opportunity is going to strike here in a second. I'm going to be able to go ahead and grab this tank for them because they jumped out for no apparent reason. Two guys in a tank, and they jumped out, and there they are. Hey guys, that was some tactical awesomeness. Yeah, this guy realizes that he just got fucked over. But that is neither here nor there. The whole rest of this video is going to be spent in this very tank, so that's a problem. If you get a tank stolen from you on Battlefield, especially the console version where there's not necessarily so many players on your team to dispose of and help dispose of tanks, and especially when you're on a team that's not very good, as you're going to see here a couple times where a guy took it upon himself to try to destroy me, but of course I had the teamwork going. That didn't really work out so well, because as I was firing away with my tank cannon, I had someone repairing me, and I think that's a key right there. You want to have a partner in the tank. You need to have an engineer with you. That's just key. And I found the best formula. You're not going to see it so much in this gameplay, but the best formula for me is, since I like to use the tanks a lot lately, I go ahead and equip myself as an engineer, and then I have buddies run with me in the gunner position. What I'll do is I'll hop out of the tank and repair it while the machine gun stays up. As we see another epic console pilot on the PlayStation 3, not exactly understanding the concept of where the ground starts and the air ends. Also another person who didn't understand the concept of, it's possible I might have infrared, and laying down is just not going to get the job done. You see me coming in here to defend the position. The best use of tanks, I find, obviously, and this is good for those of you that want to maximize your points potential on Battlefield, is take points, man. It's a rolling armored vehicle. That's what a tank is, and it allows you to take points easier. And as long as you're aware of your surroundings, as long as you know what's going on around you, and try to do your best to minimize the amount of damage you're going to take via killing those who try to kill you. Here's just a buddy had called out a sniper, and he wanted me to try to get him. He's up on the mountainside over there, and this was a problem with this team here. They had 2 or 3 dedicated guys on their team going up and having fuck all to do with whether their team was going to win or lose. If you're listening to this video, if you're watching this video, don't be that guy who goes off in the distance and tries to get 400-meter kills when they don't matter and aren't going to help your team. There's a bad helicopter pilot right there. But you know what I mean? It's just not really, useful. It really isn't. And I've seen guys go maybe 2 and 1 or 2 and whatever 3 kills doing that sort of thing. I'm gonna get a nice double kill here. It's just not good for your team. You're better off capping points. And again, if you're not very good with the vehicles, just practice unlocking things and use them to their best ability. If you've got a light infantry vehicle, basically like a Bradley, don't get into freaking vehicle battles. You're gonna want to fly around the map capping points, and the minute shit goes wrong, you're gonna want to get out of there as best as you can. If you're in a tank, you're gonna want to keep a lot of open space between you and walls, so that you can defend, or give your gunner the opportunity to defend against enemy C4, because C4 really is a big tank killer. You can take a couple SMAs, a couple RPGs before shit gets real, but when it comes to the big tank killer, C4 is what you got to watch out for. So you got to really watch out for getting into cramped spaces. You don't want to do that very often. You want to relocate a little bit, as you see me doing it here. Running into issues. I moved and we re-engaged the target from a front side manner, looking for the people that are trying to shoot me down. It's really the best way to go about it. You just don't want to, I don't know, you really don't want to, see I got hit from behind there, and I just decided to leave. I decided to leave the engagement and come back to fight another day. I've got engineers, I've got people, I've got the ability to regen. There's a helicopter, I think I'm getting attacked by a jet or a helicopter right now. You got to watch out for those guys. Luckily, again, I've got the guy in the third seat, so I was able to defend against helicopters rather effectively a couple times. And I'll just take a minute to explain the tools I'm using right now in the tank, as there may be a lot of you guys that don't have these things unlocked. Basically, I've got the infrared sight on my main gun, and there are a few ways to go with the main gun on the tank. As long as you've got them unlocked, you can get the zoom optics, which is very useful, but I find that I like the infrared sight better. Yeah, you're gonna need to dial in some of those long-range shots here and there, but I think you're gonna see a couple long-range personnel kills, and you have seen a couple long-range personnel kills where you know, if you just practice enough. The zoom optics are nice, but the infrared's better. And there was a few instances in this game where it came in really handy, especially for spotting the snipers up on the hill. I'm going to have a double sniper kill with my main cannon here pretty soon. Now you see me going into the gas station on this particular map, and I didn't just run in there. I'm scanning the area, looking for targets, took an opportunity there to blow up some mines, get some extra points because I'm a point whore. And then I move in nice and careful, and you're going to see an enemy engineer try to engage me here on my right flank. Here he goes. And immediately you just got to shoot and make a move. Again, it takes a few of those rockets, as long as just one dude. There's no need to panic. Just keep firing. And luckily, one of our Jeeps just came in and ran the dude over right there. That was pretty funny. You know. It's good times. And now I see on my radar, of course, there's another guy coming in trying to, I don't know what he was doing. I personally never do what he just did and run straight in towards a tank, but hey, that's just me. Again, this video I'm just making to kind of try to help. Here's a situation where I got a helicopter. Of course, I've got the guided shells, but you need to get within range and allow your guy to lock on. So here we go. I hit the gas, and we're headed towards him. And meanwhile, my gunner is laying down fire, hurting the chopper. Yes, you can really do some decent damage on the chopper with the gun on the tank. And don't be afraid to get in a tank as long as you trust the dude. And there we go. We're locked up. Fire the guided shell. And that guy's time in that helicopter is done. So, I mean, it's just a very effective weapon. Don't underestimate the tank's ability. One limitation I shouldn't mention with the guided shells, obviously the main battle tank. Here's the double sniper you see here. The zoom optics would have been nice here, but I have these guys highlighted. They've both been spotted, and I can see the white of their bodies, so it helps me dial them in there a little bit. And I'm just patient. Place my shot. It's obviously a little bit harder. You're going to want to arc it when you're going from a decline to an incline. When you're shooting up, but I got the shot off. Again with the main cannon, like I said. Oh, and there you go, another benefit of the infrared right there. You can spot mines; they glow white, and if you run over mines when you have this equipped, it's really just on you. And you might be able to spot them easily with or be able to spot them with the naked eye, but I find it's best just to run the infrared, because there's so many mines on these maps now. They're placing mines left and right, and here we're gonna have one more kill. Always use the environment to get that damage on a guy. I'm shooting up at the ceiling to get a little splash damage on him. Eventually get him. Don't be afraid of infantry. With a tank, you just have to be aware, and you have to have partners. Teamwork is key. You want to have guys that you trust, that are in your party, that you practice together with a tank. There's a few of them in my clan that we run all the time with the tank, helicopters, whatever we're running, and it pays off in the end, and it can be very rewarding. This is the type of gameplay that separates Battlefield from Call of Duty, and it doesn't necessarily make it better. It's just something different, and it's very enjoyable once you get the unlocks going and you get efficient with these weapons, these vehicles, and it can be very beneficial to your team. And hey, you get a lot of points. I led the team right there. 5,000 points for the game for capping and killing. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you want more like this. Peace.